you as a journalist, you must have heard these groups. If you have been following this, the Fulani herdsmen have been calling for peace, and when you call them for peace, they come. They come with their guns because for many reasons, but they come for peace. Can you call IPOB for peace? Can you call Boko Haram? Boko Haram, I think the former president has called them for peace, and they came. But when it didn't materialize, now it's difficult to call them to peace. So anybody who inclined to peace, I'm with him. Anybody who inclines, I'm telling you, Nnamdi Kanu now, if he inclines to stop the agitation, the violent agitations and killing of people, and he says he's going to pursue whatever dream he has peacefully, I will be in the forefront trying to see that this man is released, because I should be given an amnesty for despite the offenses and atrocities he has committed.
The message shaking the country right now is coming from a very unexpected place, from Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, the controversial Islamic cleric who has made a name for himself calling for dialogue with terrorists and bandits. And now he has issued a condition to Nnamdi Kanu, a condition that has immediately sparked reactions from the southeast, the north, and even the diaspora. Please like this video and subscribe. According to Gumi, if Nnamdi Kanu is willing to renounce violent agitation and pursue his goals peacefully, he will personally stand in the forefront to advocate for amnesty and secure his release. This is not coming from an Igbo elder. This is not coming from a Southeast politician. This is coming from a man who has spent years negotiating with Fulani bandits and advising the government on how to approach extremist groups. If you are watching, please like this video and subscribe. Now, let us look at this clearly. Gumi is saying, anyone who inclines to peace, I will stand with them. If Nnamdi Kanu is ready for peace, I will fight for his amnesty, despite the offenses and atrocities he has committed. This was said during an interview on Channels Television a few days ago. And since that moment, the message has been moving like wildfire. From this point, we need to understand what exactly this means. Is Gumi positioning himself as the unlikely savior of the IPOB leader? Or is this simply another strategic comment meant to place himself at the center of national debate? If you are following this breakdown, my viewers, please like the video and subscribe.
Here is what has actually happened. Sheikh Gumi publicly offered to advocate amnesty for Nnamdi Kanu on one specific condition, that Kanu renounces violent agitation. Governor Alex Otti revealed that political negotiations are already ongoing to secure Kanu's release. Members of the Federal House of Representatives from the Southeast have also appealed to President Tinubu for a presidential pardon. The message from Gumi has already reached Kanu's family, his lawyers, Southeast political leaders, and diaspora groups. Now here is the question shaking the table. Would Kanu accept this condition? If he accepts, can Gumi truly guarantee his release? If he accepts, will IPOB supporters consider him weakened or no longer brave enough to continue the struggle? If you are watching, please like this video and subscribe. Let us slow down and look at this from different angles. Legally, Nnamdi Kanu's case is complicated. It involves issues of extraordinary rendition, fundamental human rights, and charges of terrorism under Nigeria's legal framework. But here is the contradiction many Nigerians have pointed out. Gumi is asking Kanu to renounce violent agitation, yet he has never asked Fulani terrorists, bandits, or kidnappers to renounce violence before sitting at the negotiating table. This contradiction is difficult to ignore. Another angle to this issue: under Nigerian law, granting amnesty is a political decision, not a judicial one. This means even if the court processes continue, the president has the constitutional power to grant a pardon based on public interest.
But there is a deeper issue here, one that affects national unity. Why is amnesty being publicly suggested for some groups but not others? Why is someone connected to the negotiation of bandits now taking a central role in discussions about IPOB? From this point, we need to understand that what Gumi says is not just commentary. Whenever he speaks, he is speaking as someone who has influence in the North and has access to certain power structures. He is not an ordinary citizen making noise online. His words carry weight. My viewers, if you value balanced analysis, kindly subscribe.
To understand the ripple effect of Gumi's statement, we must place it inside the wider Nigerian reality. Nigeria today is dealing with escalating insecurity, deep political tensions, economic hardship and inflation, youth frustration, ethnic mistrust, trauma from historical conflicts like the Civil War, and widespread marginalization narratives. A comment about Nnamdi Kanu is never just about Kanu. It is about what he represents, the long-standing grievances of people who feel unheard, unseen, and pushed aside. For many in the Southeast, the call for Kanu's release is a cry for justice, fairness, and respect. They see him as a symbol of resistance against marginalization. But on the other side of the country, some see him as a symbol of separatism that threatens national unity. This is why Gumi's comment hits the nation the way it did, because Nigeria right now is a fragile mixture of anger, fear, disappointment, and exhaustion. If you are watching, please like this video and subscribe. Now, let us take this deeper. When Gumi talks about peace with Fulani herdsmen, he says they come with guns because they have many reasons for carrying them. He shows empathy towards their grievances, their insecurities, their fears. But when the conversation shifts to IPOB, the tone changes. He asks them to drop violence first before discussion can happen. This inconsistency is part of the national tension we are facing. Let us talk about emotions, because this issue is not just political, it is deeply human. Supporters of Nnamdi Kanu, many of them are hopeful that this could be the beginning of his freedom. They see Gumi's comment as a door opening from a part of the country that has historically opposed IPOB's ideology. They are asking, is this finally the bridge we have been waiting for? Let's look at the critics of Nnamdi Kanu. They believe he must face justice. They see him as someone who amplified division, promoted separatist ideology, and inspired violent confrontations. For them, the idea of amnesty feels like rewarding extremism. To the families and communities affected, from farmers attacked by bandits to villagers caught in clashes involving IPOB factions, ordinary Nigerians are tired. They want peace. They want stability. They want a country where children can sleep without fear. Also, the diaspora. For many living abroad, Kanu represents hope, the possibility of a different Nigeria. But even among them, the question remains, should he compromise? Should he accept Gumi's condition? All these emotions are mixing together right now. If you are following this breakdown, please like the video and subscribe. From the government side, the situation is also complex. The federal government may see Gumi's suggestion as a useful backdoor negotiation. After all, he has successfully held dialogues with groups that the government openly labeled as terrorists. So his involvement creates an indirect communication channel. But there are political calculations as well. Releasing Kanu could calm tensions in the southeast. It could reduce economic disruptions caused by protests or sit-at-home orders. It could boost Tinubu's political capital ahead of future elections. It could improve Nigeria's image internationally. It could reduce security expenses. However, the government also has fears. Releasing him without terms could embolden separatist groups. It could be seen as weakness. It could trigger backlash from northern political actors. It could create internal divisions within the ruling party. So the government is walking a tightrope.
If you value balanced analysis, kindly subscribe. Let us talk about what happens next. 1. Will Kanu accept the condition? This is the biggest question. Accepting it means shifting from confrontation to dialogue. It means softening a posture that has defined IPOB for years. 2. Will the government act on Gumi's advocacy? Even if Kanu agrees, will the federal government listen to Gumi? Will they consider him a trusted negotiator, or will they treat this as mere noise? 3. How will IPOB supporters react? Some may feel betrayed if Kanu chooses peace. They may argue that the struggle is being diluted. Others may welcome it as the beginning of a realistic solution. 4. Could this create political realignment? Imagine a scenario where northern clerics and southeast leaders unite to push for Kanu's release. That would shake the political landscape. 5. Will this reduce insecurity? If a peaceful resolution emerges, the southeast might experience more stability. Businesses could flourish again. Communities could breathe again. 6. What about the bandits? If Gumi is advocating peace from one side, will he do the same across the board? Or will Nigerians continue to see selective calls for dialogue? My viewers, if you are still with me, please like this video and subscribe. Right now, Nigerians are watching closely because Gumi's message is not just about Nnamdi Kanu. It is about fairness. It is about consistency. It is about how the Nigerian state treats different groups, different regions, different grievances. The deeper question is this: can Nigeria ever achieve peace if dialogue is offered selectively? Can the nation truly heal if only some groups are invited to the table, while others are told to drop their weapons first? The irony of this entire story is simple. The man asking Nnamdi Kanu to renounce violence has never demanded the same from Fulani terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers who have murdered thousands and destroyed countless communities. This is why Nigerians are confused. This is why the debate is hot. This is why the nation is watching. If Kanu accepts, Nigeria enters a new chapter. If he refuses, the struggle continues. If Gumi intervenes successfully, history will remember this moment in a very strange way. Please like this video and subscribe for interesting stories like this.